Hello everyone, I'm Michael Dana. Welcome to this special edition of This Week in Louisiana Agriculture. Our program today is coming to you from Istanbul, the cultural, historic hub of the Republic of Turkey. This Week in Louisiana Agriculture was invited here by the Atlas Foundation of Baton Rouge, an organization that promotes cultural exchange between America and Turkey. Turkey is one of only two democracies here in the Middle East. It's a nation rich in history dating back more than 2,000 years before Christ. Over the next half hour, we'll give you a glimpse of the nation that touts itself as the cradle of civilization, and we'll show you how agriculture continues to drive this democratic economy. One of the stories here in Turkey that continues to make headlines around the world is the flood of refugees trying to escape the unrest of the government of Syrian dictator Bashar al-Assad. Many of those refugees now live in camps here in Turkey, where the people of Antakya are preparing and feeding 3 meals a day to more than 14,000 refugees. But as This Week in Louisiana Agriculture correspondent Julie Baxter tells us from Altanazu, the story these refugees tell is one of unspeakable horror and a plea for action.
Under the crisp, bright Turkish sun, these children play like children the world over. But what their eyes have seen is something parents live to protect their children from ever seeing. This is the Altanazu refugee camp, sheltering more than 3,000 Syrians. This man escaped in June from Jisr, Syria. He is so afraid for his life upon return to Syria that he asked us not to reveal his name or show his face.
Thousands of people are willing and trying to get out, but they're not able to. I personally know at least 100 cases where they killed whole family who were trying to get out.
This refugee tells how Bashar al-Assad's bloody regime has sent snipers and military police into villages where protesters waved olive branches and flowers, pleading for democracy.
They're bombing the houses. They don't care about who's inside, babies or elder people. Whoever says they oppose the regime, even by saying that, they are becoming targets and they're killing people from the sea, bombarding them from air with helicopters. They're insulting them, they're raping our women, killing our kids, and also insulting our elders and important people. The things that I'm telling you is like 10% what's happening.
Abu Luay is a 45-year-old teacher who escaped with his 4 children, the youngest aged 2.
They had a teacher, a well-known teacher in the city, and they came and they took his skin out, all the skin he had, and they killed him. And also a boy, they tortured him for 27 days. He was 13. They also took all the teeth out, and they kind of unskinned him, and also they killed him.
Not even livestock was spared.
They burned all the harvests that they had. They killed all the animals that they had. They were like shooting animals like they are shooting people.
Here at the Boynion camp, we're just 13 miles from Abu Luay's hometown of Jisr, and right next to the Asi River, which separates Turkey and Syria. Those mountains are Syria. That village is a Syrian village. And yet the cry from every refugee that we spoke with here this morning was that no one is listening to the plight of the Syrian people.
Compared to Egypt, Egypt is like over 70 million people, 80 million people, and only 300 people died in Egypt. We are only 23 million people, and over 3,000 people already died, and 20,000 people are missing.
Here at this food factory, the Turkish Red Crescent and the privately run Orantes food production business are preparing 3 meals a day for 1,700 people living here in the camps the Turkish government is providing. It is an outpouring of charity, perhaps not unexpected, from the hills of the city most people know as Antioch, the place where minarets jut out over a landscape centuries old, and where first-century believers were first called Christians. In 33 AD, they gathered here in this cave, seeking protection and tunneling a way to escape from the persecution of Roman soldiers. But today, the bloodshed is Syrian. This camp stands empty, waiting to house up to 1,500 more refugees. For now, the Syrian government has blocked the road into Turkey. Regime soldiers live in these Syrian border villages, expressly in order to be able to shoot and kill anyone who tries to cross.
We're expecting and wishing that every free man, in the world, to be on the side of Syrian people, to think about them, start to work their consciousness and understand what's happening and take their side.
From the Syrian border, I'm Julie Baxter for This Week in Louisiana Agriculture.
Now, if you'd like to help in Antakia's efforts to feed those refugees, you can find a link to the Turkish organization Red Crescent on our website at twilatv.org.